going to be extremely windy today.
Definitely.
Right. We are now recording for the first time in like fucking 3 years.
5 months. That's what YouTube tells me.
Yeah. Right, welcome to another, for a very windy episode of the JBFH podcast. We've been away for a while, and I know everyone's been eagerly anticipating our return. Our 8 subscribers that don't even watch the videos.
We've been getting no fan mail.
No fan mail. So no unboxing for anyone this week. James Gunn's been a naughty boy, apparently, so we've got to talk about it. This is very important. Everybody's waiting for us, eagerly awaiting our opinions. So, for those of you who don't know, James Gunn, what was it, like last week or something? As of this
last
recording.
week, yeah.
It came out that he tweeted some naughty things, some bad jokes a while ago, and has now been immediately fired by Disney from the Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I think we should play this by both points of views. I don't think we should just go off on
You
a
want to play
rant.
devil's
I
advocate?
think we should go from one side of the story,
Right.
and then go from
Alright,
the
explain
other
to
person's
me
side.
the side that isn't absolutely ridiculous about this firing. So explain that side to me, because I'm not 100% sure.
Right, so Disney is a big company.
Yeah.
So when you're a big company like Disney, they need to keep their reputation. So once people aren't going to know about it, some people would have known about these tweets from before, and it's obviously been forgotten about. James Gunn's obviously not the same person he was when he wrote these tweets, obviously. But
he apologised for him
yeah,
before.
I agree. But now that it's in the public eye, and you've got tweets like, I'll take the first one. It says, "I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place." Shush.
It's not funny. It's so ridiculous that
three men and a baby that they had sex with. Hashtag unromantic movies. And like,
was that a hashtag at the time of that tweet though?
Yeah.
Was everybody doing it?
Yeah, because it was on Twitter.
Oh, it's fucking
Just
understandable.
tell your 3-year-old laughing, thinking of me, fucking C-3PO. You appreciate it when he's like. There's just stuff like this now in the public eye, and obviously Disney is a family company.
Yeah.
So obviously, people who are fans of Guardians of the Galaxy aren't not gonna stop see this movie.
No.
But parents won't take their kids to this movie. Well, this is in the, do you know what I mean? This is in the public eye, so they know that this guy who's directing this movie has said things about sticking his dick in kids and stuff like that, and it's inappropriate. So
Alright, but
when that's in the public eye, Disney needs to react.
Alright,
but if Disney don't fire him, because they can't suspend him. Because he's going to direct the movie. If they suspend him, they can't just suspend, because that just
you gotta get that film in production.
yeah, exactly.
Are they gonna use the script though? They're gonna have to rewrite the script. If anything.
Well, I don't know. That's somewhat they may keep the. I don't know, but you
keep it. You got credit to people.
I mean, the only thing I've got an issue with what they said, Disney, because obviously these are tweets from. Wait, let me see if it says the dates on the tweets that It's 2009, so it was a while ago. Like in the state, it says Disney's statement. The offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James' Twitter. They were always there, Joe. I mean, anyone could have searched these up and find them at any time. They were always, when he was hired for the first Guardians of the Galaxy, they were there. So for them to say, and obviously it's someone that he's come out and apologised for before, so it's not like he's never been acknowledged either. That's just the issue I've got with Disney's statement, is that they've acted like it's just been dispelled.
Do you know when it first came out in the public eye? It was when Guardians 1 came out. Or no, it was announced that James Gunn was directing Guardians 1, and then someone tried to take him down then, and they resurfaced, and he apologised for them then. Disney didn't fire him then, so why are they firing him now?
Yeah, like
I understand your point.
I'm not saying that that's the right. That's not the right decision, because I don't think it is the right decision, because in this society we want people to grow as a person. Like, he was obviously. Whatever back then, he's realised that he was a dick.
He obviously wasn't a paedophile though.
Obviously. But I mean, there's a lot of those jokes. Like I didn't like. I get this.
Yeah,
thing
it is weird. It's a strange amount of people.
There's more than 10.
Yeah. I admit it looks weird. Yeah. And also, I'm not even saying. I understand Disney's point of view here, and I might have even reacted the same way if I was Disney. But they got to keep their image or whatever.
Yeah.
But he It was over a decade ago, and everybody seems to be up in arms about it now. And I think if they would have handled it a little bit, you know,
they need to be careful with how they worded their statement, because they can't make it like they're endorsing it.
No, but
I mean, change.
Yeah. And
then 10 years down the line, we're gonna fire him. Surely the message we want to send out is that, okay, yeah, we don't agree with anything that he's put out at all.
Yeah.
But actually, he's apologised several times, and he's not that person anymore. He's changed, and
yeah, and everybody that's worked with him is defended him in some way.
And
anyway.
I mean, I don't think he should have got fired.
No.
I just think from obviously Disney are in a difficult position.
I understand their point of view, but I do think if they would have handled it differently and not fired him and put out a PR statement and stuff, and I think it would have, people would have still saw the film regardless.
Yeah, I
think they would have, and now I actually do think it's not going to harm them. Don't get me wrong, but I do think less people are going to see this film now due to James Gunn not directing, because I've seen very few people that have agreed with the decision that Disney made, and I don't blame them for making the decision. But at the same time, at some point, one of these big companies has to say, no, we're not going to fire him for that. That was 10 years ago. You know, do you know what I mean? There's so many, because this is just, it's just, outrage culture is ruining everything at the moment, really. Because Dan Harmon, it was a controversial skit that he made of him. Basically, in the skit, I don't know the context of it. I think it's meant to be like Dexter.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like Dexter, but in this, it was a man who kills or fucks kids or something instead of. It was a poor taste. Like, it was in poor taste, but he in the skit he like pretends to like fuck a baby doll, basically. It's fucking around. Like it's not like that bad. And he didn't get fired. Adult Swim said, yeah, we knew about that when we hired him, and he even said himself that it was bad and he probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But then, and it's good that he didn't get fired, because I think that's the right way to go. That's the way we can move forward with this, because there are people that deserve to get fired, and then there are people that don't, and they're all getting lumped into the same debate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't agree with the fact they get fired, but how do you think Disney should have handled it?
They should have put out a statement and worded it properly. I think what it is, Disney were anticipating absolute outrage because of how everyone is now. Like, this is why I don't blame Disney for it. I think they made the safest decision they could make, I think. But, like, given the information they had at the time. But because of how outraged everybody gets over anything nowadays, and it's so easy to offend someone, all you have to do is just say one wrong word and your career's over.
I don't think this is going to ruin his career, though.
Oh no, definitely not.
He's not gonna.
This is what I mean. Like,
this isn't gonna ruin career. Yeah,
they anticipated it being a career ruining thing, so they were like, shit, we don't want any part of this. But it actually ended up being the opposite. Everyone actually did look and say, what the fuck? Like, it was over a decade ago. He's not like that anymore. He hasn't tweeted anything like that in a long time. It's like, let him off this one.
Yeah,
I get their decision though.
Yeah, I think it's just the way of wording it without making it sound like.
All they have to say, we do not agree with anything James Gunn said. We do believe he's changed and grown as a person. Yeah. Everybody around him doesn't have a bad word to say about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a way you can do it in which people would be like, I mean, all right, whatever. You're gonna have a few of you're gonna have the vocal minority maybe.
I mean,
on
I don't
Twitter.
think it's gonna affect I don't think it's gonna affect either of. I don't think it's gonna affect the Guardians film, because there are people that are gonna. There are people that are gonna act like they're gonna boycott it as soon as a trailer comes out for it.
I don't know.
People are gonna go see it.
You might get people going to see it out of curiosity as to whether they're
if the trailer comes out and the trailer looks good, then people are gonna come and see it.
I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna see it. I won't see it out of principle. I can't see it. It goes against everything. I know it sounds dramatic because it's just a film, but like I don't think somebody should have been fired for tweets
that much. And I think, especially because there's a few films out before it, I think by the time the film comes out, not many if James Gunn's not rehired, not many people are going to be speaking about the fact that James Gunn was fired by the time the film comes out.
I think they will. When's it coming out? When's it supposed to come out?
Well, the Spider-Man's not supposed to be out to 2020, and it's after that.
Is it?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Guardians 3 is after 2020.
Yeah, it's scheduled in the next phase.
Oh yeah, fuck it, everyone will forget.
People forget about it by that point. By the time it comes out, no one's going to be talking about it.
Yeah, you're right. I thought it came out sooner.
And it's going to get as many, maybe one or two, more than one or two, but I don't think it's going to be a big enough percentage of people boycotting it that is going to affect Disney that much.
No.
And once if it's good and the positive is coming out after, those people might even turn around and then go see it. So Disney are still going to make that money.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I think by the time the film comes out, no one's talking about
Yeah,
no
alright,
one's
well,
talking
fuck
about it.
Yeah, no one's going to be talking about it. I'm still not going to see it personally.
The backlash could get him really hard, but I don't think Disney are going to go back on it now. I feel like maybe they may keep his script. I don't know. That's some.
Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. If anything, if they do anything to do with James Gunn, they'll keep his script.
He also has to
they'll change it,
credited somehow.
Yeah, he'll be credited as story by or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe just an exclusive producer or something, just so his name's there, but he's not really done much apart from the script.
Yeah,
I just suppose it's one of the biggest parts of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's interesting to me. Dan Harmon didn't get fired, and I'd argue. Actually, no. I was going to say I would argue that Dan Harmon's skit was worse, but it's not. Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the skit.
I haven't seen it.
I've had it described in. You know when you see something in print and it sounds way worse than what it actually is.
Yeah.
We still didn't seem that bad when I read it. So I haven't even seen it. So it can't have been that bad.
If it's a joke, it's the same as just these.
It's a bad joke. It's an unfunny joke. You can't punish someone for that. And my question is, now that Disney are supposedly making this deal with Fox, they're gonna have a lot of people under their umbrella now. Yeah. Are they gonna go? Are they gonna sift through everybody's tweets and start firing people left, right, and centre?
No, because you've got people like. Well, let's just use Robbie Downey Jr. for an example. He's like the face of Marvel, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's not
got some of the darkest past.
Yeah. So I mean, they can't go through and fire everyone.
No.
Which, I mean, like you said, there needs to be a change in.
Some people need to say no. I'm not firing this person for this. I will fire him for sexual harassment. I'm not going to fire him for a joke they made on Twitter, because we're going to have to start shouting at people. We're going to have to start saying, "Oh, this is a joke, by the way. I'm about to tell you a joke," rather than just tell a joke.
Not even that. I think what's going to end up happening if it carries on is people are going to end up having to delete their Twitters, make new Twitters to hide.
Twitter. I'll tell you what. Twitter is going to go the way of the way that Facebook and more so like MySpace and stuff just went, didn't it? Twitter is going to get destroyed, because Twitter is mainly, people are on Twitter, but like most people are on there to follow famous people or things they are a fan of. Once these and I rant as well. But once these famous people start shitting themselves, which they are now, because Dan Harmon deleted his Twitter. Yeah, he's tweeted so many things, probably worse than the skit he did. So it's like.
What's Jeff Snyder? It's Jeff Snyder from Collider.
Yeah. He
was fired from his last job, wasn't he? From somebody he tweeted.
Oh yeah. I don't know the backstory.
I can't remember well, but I know that his whatever he did on Twitter or something came back up, and he's obviously got fired, and now he's with Collider. He still got his Twitter going, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, but he's not famous.
No, but
he's in the public eye to a certain extent, but only to a small group of people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I mean, still, it doesn't just affect fame.
No, it's going to affect internet personalities, definitely, but more so these big celebrities. Once they leave, Twitter's going to die. I think
these jokes are.
Yeah, they're messed up. They're weird. They're not really jokes, are they?
Eagle snatches a kid is what I call when I get lucky. It's just weird things.
Yeah, they're not funny at all. Like, there's no real punchline or anything.
I'm doing a big Hollywood adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and gives the kid a blowjob. See, it's just...
It's shock humour. He's doing it, like he said, he used to think of himself as like a provocateur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he wasn't that. So.
Maybe in this video I'll put these tweets up just so if you want to read them.
That comes up in a thumbnail, we'll definitely get demonetized. Not that we're getting monetized anyway.
Oh, we won't put it in the thumbnail then. We'll play it up at some point just so people can see some of them. I'm sure if you're listening, you've probably already seen them.
Yeah.
More than likely, or you know about it.
But yeah, Dan Harmon kept his job though.
Yeah, but
he deleted his Twitter, which is
Adult Swim is a big company, but it's a different type of company than Disney.
Yeah.
Like I said, Disney's family friendly. I know Adult Swim isn't all, but it's mainly adult humor, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know they did the Samurai Jack return, but I think that's still more aimed at adults that watched Samurai Jack when it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think their audience is different than Disney's audience to an extent. I think that's one thing it comes down to.
Yeah, but Well, I wish they didn't delete his Twitter though, so I would have been interested to see, because you can guarantee someone was going to dig up some other old tweets of Dan Harmon's. I know that's why he deleted it, but I would have been interested to see Adult Swim's decision if they find anything even worse than what the skit was in his Twitter, which there probably was. Like, because he used to just go at people, like people used to troll him or whatever, and he just troll them all day. Then just like constantly argue with them, and say like nasty things and stuff. But like it was funny because he was drunk usually half the time as well. So I would have been interested to see Adult Swim's decision when presented with tweets that were even worse. Because if they would have not fired him then still, and I know that they're like a channel that are known for like sort of controversial cartoons and stuff anyway, so they're not really going to give a shit. But like they still have a brand to protect.
Yeah.
But if they wouldn't have sacked him, then that would have been like a really good step in the right direction. If that happened.
Yeah, I think like in terms of comparisons, it's two completely different companies in the way that
of course,
brand
Disney,
wise. I mean,
but Disney,
I know Adult Swim is quite a big company, but Disney is everywhere.
Yeah.
And not only that, Disney they're acquiring Fox.
Yeah.
They're owning the majority of film, aren't they? Really,
I don't like
a
that
big percentage of it. And I mean, so I think, like I said, I don't think it'll affect James Gunn's career really. I mean, it probably means that his relationship with Disney is over.
He'll just get back to making smaller films now, probably.
Yeah.
Like he was before. He was an indie director when he really. And I don't think it'll kill his career. I might put a little dent in it, but it's not going to be much. Everybody that knows him likes him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's at least the people that have spoken out about it.
Yeah.
The only person in out of like the main Guardians though, that has like been very vocal about it and like actually not given a political answer. Do you know what I mean? He's actually said like, I don't agree with this. Is Batista, who plays Drax.
Yeah.
He said he's not okay with what's happening, and James Gunn's like an awesome bloke, basically.
And
I think everybody else gave sort of like not real answers. It was just like, oh, sad to hear what's happening or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to not do the film though, is he? Like, he's gonna.
Oh, of course not. No, I don't. I wouldn't expect any of the actors to. That would be cool though if all the actors were like, yeah, we're not doing it, but they got contracts, so I suppose they can't.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them are going to go and protest, are they?
No. It's very windy. I don't know if that's getting picked up on the mic.
Probably. Just ignore it because we have lovely voices, I think.
It's atmospheric, I think. Anyway, because you're actually here with us.
Right.
Yeah. Well. Moving on from that, unless you have any closing statements.
No, I think we've covered all of that. Really.
Yeah. Basically, people are getting upset about nothing. I think.
Yeah.
I think outrage culture now is.
I can
really
see
starting
why,
to destroy.
I can see why, like, if that's in the, obviously some wanker has gone through, or some like got up his old Twitter, maybe already knew about it somewhere, got it up and made it public again. I can understand why parents and stuff would be like, oh, I don't want to send my kid to see that. Do you know what I mean now?
Yeah.
When it's up, because maybe not everybody's gonna know about it, are they?
No.
But yeah, I don't think that everybody should be judged on what they've done in the past, because people change.
With Disney acquiring Fox anyway, there's so many people, so many comedians that have worked, that are working on Fox projects. What are they going to do? They're going to start firing people, like everyone? They're going to, because you can't have one rule for one and one rule for the other, but it will be that, of course it will be. They're not going to overreact like this again now because of the backlash of this. It does make me laugh though, that how it was a right-wing person who dug this up, right? There's like a alt-right, full on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dug this up purposely because he didn't like the way that he felt like the left, James Gunn namely, obviously, was sort of like up their own ass.
Yeah. And
sort of dissing Trump. I don't like Trump at all, and I think James Gunn's very it's okay for him to be criticising Trump, but with the attitude of the left now, the far left, you know what I mean, the extremists, with their like sort of holier than thou attitude to everything, and they just want to like destroy. They're venomous about it. They want to destroy careers for like stupid things.
Yeah.
Because of that attitude, now you got the extreme right as well are now coming in saying, "Oh right, you're such an angel, are you?" And this bloke dug up the tweets to get him fired. It was literally he wrote an article about it or whatever, and it was a hit piece. He completely destroyed a man's job. I was going to say career, but he didn't destroy his career because he'll bounce back from this.
Yeah,
but the problem is though, I don't. As much as I hate the far left, I hate the far right as well. I don't like either side. I think you need to keep a level head and stay in the middle. But as much as I hate the way that they are, the answer isn't to just act like them. You know what I mean? And try and get people fired over things that they shouldn't be fired for. That's not the answer. We need to actually have. We need to get back to actually having civil debates. And nobody does now, and it's a shame. But it's going to kill art and creativity, I think, if this carries on, just sacking people for the sake of it. Everyone's going to be afraid to make a joke. Anyway, that is my rant over. Basically, I don't agree with the firing. I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah, no, we both agree. I didn't want to just go in and be like, oh, it's not right and stuff. I felt like we needed to address it from one side and then address it from the other.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should just went in with our opinion.
Yeah, I completely understand Disney's thinking, and they did what they had to do for their brand. I don't agree with it though, but whatever. Moving on, some trailers came out that I would like to talk about. I mean, there's not a lot to say about them, but they look interesting to me.
Which do you want to start with?
I was going to say the Jonah Hill film. His debut, he wrote and directed it, called Midnighters for A24.
I think just the fact that it's on A24 alone is a good sign.
Yeah.
I think they've got I've got some up now. I mean, there's Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
Lady Bird, A Ghost Story.
Ghost Story, love that film.
Room. Have you watched Green Room?
No.
That's quite a good film. There's they've got quite a few good films under their belt, and I think like they're quite good for bringing out these indie films.
Yeah.
And they're usually critically
well received.
Well received. Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
So.
Because I love Lady Bird.
That
was the last thing, so we never reviewed it or anything.
I watched it again recently.
You still like it the second time?
Yeah, I still like it, but yeah, I think I have not watched Ghost Story. I heard that's good. You watched it?
I loved the Ghost Story. Yeah. That's actually, it's called A Ghost Story now, I think.
A Ghost Story, sorry.
You should watch that. It's on Netflix. I don't know if it's on...
Green Room is a good film. You should watch that.
Yeah, that was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there though.
Yeah, that's where I watched it. Netflix. Room with Brie Larson.
Yeah. I got that.
That's a good film. Probably not a rewatchable film.
No, it's one of those films I think you can just watch it and just move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're a good company to.
Yeah.
They got a good track record. And the thing about this film, Midnighters, is it looks like something that was. If judging from the trailer anyway, it looks like something that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
The way he's filmed it, I'm assuming it's filmed on actual film as well, not digital. I don't know. Sure. It seems like it to me. Not that you can really tell when you're watching it on YouTube, and it's got the I think it's like 4:3 aspect ratio as well. I don't know if that's going to stay. I'm assuming it will because that's how it is in the trailer. So I hope that is how the film's going to be. Because that's the way that they did A Ghost Story as well. They had a vignette thing around the edges, so it made it like 4:3 and made this so it wasn't widescreen. But I like that.
Yeah.
Like
I like the fact that Jonah Hill's starting like with a film like this.
Yeah.
Because obviously...
I think this is going to be a film close to him.
He has done a few serious films, but he's obviously mainly known in the role of comedy.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for him to do a film more like this. Because if you can do a film like this and do it well, it shows you've got more of a talent than... I think...
If this gets good reviews, I'm going to have very high hopes for Jonah Hill's future. Like, he's done really well already, obviously. But nobody would have thought in 2007... the kid from Superbad, the fat kid from Superbad, is gonna be like a really good. Like he was good in that. Obviously, that's one of my favorite films. Superbad, I think is hilarious. But like no one thought he would be as big as he is now. Like
because he's quite a big name, isn't he?
He's like an A-lister now. I would say. Like before, he was just like that kid that.
Because they on that on The World's End. The end. I always get Simon Pegg and This Is the End. I always get a mix up.
This Is the End.
Title, yeah. They poke fun at that.
It's not the Pirates of the Caribbean either. At World's End.
Oh yeah. They make fun of that, don't they? I
can't really remember to be honest. I've only seen it a couple of times. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by it because I really like the look of it.
Yeah.
It looks like something that was filmed in that time.
Yeah, it
does. It looks. I get the vibe. I don't know anything about his past or anything, but I'm assuming he grew up. He was about that age that the kid is in the 90s because he looks like he would have been. I don't know how old exactly he is.
I don't know much about.
I'm pretty sure he grew up in the 90s though, and otherwise why would he make a film about it? I think this is going to be a fairly personal film to him, something that he needed to make, because otherwise, like, why would he make this sort of film first? Do you know what I mean? But it looks good, and I obviously only seen like a few minutes of it from the trailer, but it looks like the child actors are good in it as well, which is the most important thing, because a thing that can stop me from watching the film sometimes is the fact that it's child actors, and I'm going to think, if they're not good, I'm going to be pissed off. Yeah, if they're not as good as the adults, I'm going to be annoyed. There's a few films where the kids are as good as the adults, but there have been some really good child actors as over recent years. Yeah. That kiddie from Room was good as
he's
well.
Popped up in a lot more stuff now, isn't he?
It's got the kid from Lady Bird in it as well, in Mid-90s.
He's in a lot of stuff, isn't he?
Yeah. He I swear he's played like 3 gay people. I don't know if
he was in
but like this time I don't think he is.
He was in 3 Billboards.
Yeah. He was in that, yeah.
He's in quite a few things, wasn't he? There's more, I just can't think of it on the top of my head now, but he's...
What company put out 3 Billboards?
I'm not sure. Do you know what I thought as well? I thought A24 did... what's it called? I can picture... What's the thing with the guy? Is the girl goes basically ends up the girl goes out and gets all these black boyfriends so then they can they can.
You sure this isn't a porno?
She goes basically because the guy goes to meet the girl's parents, doesn't he?
Right.
And then they're like they think because he thinks going into it like because he's black. They're gonna, and then they got like basically a maid, didn't they? But it turns out that's actually her mind, the black lady's body in it. Do you remember?
What the fuck you're talking about? At first I thought you were talking about Get Out for some reason.
Get Out, yeah, it is Get Out.
I haven't seen it. You just spoiled the film.
I thought you had seen it.
No, I've never
Get
watched
Out,
that
sorry. Well,
I was getting confused. I thought you made that up or something.
No, Get Out's Universal, alright. What film did you say? Sorry, I changed...
3 Billboards, did that come out on A24?
I don't think so, because
Fox
it was Search.
right. That'll be Disney then, I suppose, wouldn't it? Or is that... Fox...
Fox don't own that.
So they only own...
They will own...
Fox Searchlight.
Yeah, if I assume Fox is just in all film rights.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to make a 3 Billboard sequel, it's not going to happen.
What's the difference between Fox Searchlight and Fox 21st Century Fox?
I'm assuming it's just companies inside. Like, do you know when Sony make a film and you've got Sony,
so you got, and
then you got Columbia Pictures? I think it's just basically like that.
So Sony distribute it.
It's like Disney do with like you got Disney and then it's Marvel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And Disney and Lucasfilm.
But yeah, I thought Midnighters look good. It looks interesting to me.
Yeah, I'll see it.
There's something about it. I don't know why I was watching. I think it's just the music and just the way it looks. It's just makes me really want to watch it. It's sort of, I can't explain it, but films from like sort of Midnighters and sort of early 2000s look warmer to me, if that makes sense. I can't really explain it. It's just a picture. It's not as HD. You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, I like HD, like, I'm all for 4K TVs and all that, but...
Everything's going back to the 90s and...
Yeah, it does seem
everything's being nostalgic, isn't it?
It's because it's so shit nowadays. We just got to get nostalgic about old films.
Because even, like, a lot of TV shows that's coming on Netflix, not necessarily, like, amazing ones, but they're all...
Revivals, aren't they, of, old
Because there's that one that... I can't remember titles to anything today. I watched a Netflix one about a group of school kids that's set in the 90s.
School kids? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know you haven't seen it because I mentioned it.
I remember that Roseanne was an old show that ended up getting... it was getting revived and then it got cancelled because the woman, Roseanne, tweeted some racist shit. There was a video that came out of her recently. She's like screaming, saying like, "I thought the bitch was white" or something. She's a proper screaming. I don't know whether it was like a joke or what. So she had a bit of a breakdown. I agreed with that firing though. That was another thing as well.
Was the one I was on about.
Everything sucks. Oh yeah, I never watched that. You said it was okay, didn't you?
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't amazing, but it's alright. It's probably worth watching at some point, but not getting right around to watching it like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so if you get a chance, it's...
Did you watch Split?
Yeah.
So did you watch Unbreakable?
No, because I borrowed it off you. I still got it.
You don't necessarily need to watch Unbreakable, but I would. But I was just gonna say, moving on to the next trailer that I watched recently. You haven't seen that, have you? The trailer.
I've seen half of the trailer.
Yeah, you've seen what you need to see then.
I've got a child, so sometimes when I'm trying to watch things, I get distracted.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't need to watch the whole thing. Basically,
it looked more. I don't know, because I wouldn't say more contained, because the I suppose Split is quite contained because it's in one place, really, isn't it? But it still looks like it's contained. If you know what I mean.
Well, I don't know, because they're running around a bit. This list, the cool thing about this film is it looks like it might be a like legit superhero film. Do you know what I mean? Like M. Night Shyamalan's version of what Marvel are doing.
Yeah.
Basically on a smaller scale, bit more grounded. Because you have, do you know who Samuel Jackson's character is?
Yeah, it's Mr. Glass.
Yeah, are you aware of what it is that he has?
I don't know if he's got any other powers, I suppose you would call him. Damn what I know that he obviously his bones are like glass, aren't they? So they shatter easily. Yeah. But he can't die.
No, it ain't that he can't die.
Is he not? Because he gets shot at, doesn't he? But he still lives.
As far as I remember, he can die. I think, yeah.
Okay,
but like basically, he shatters really easily.
Yeah,
it's not even a power. It's
sure
a weakness.
I'm sure he says he can't die.
I don't think so.
I'll have to look it up at
I
some
don't
point.
think so. But like, he constantly. It's really easy for him to break.
Yeah.
Any of his bones in his body. It's really brittle. And then you got Bruce Willis, who is super strong. Basically, he's just really strong. He's never been like injured properly.
Yeah.
And then you've got the guy from Split, who's just got like all these split personalities, and their argument that is the brain can like make you transform physically. Yeah,
because they had the like beast aspect, didn't they, in Split.
which caused some a bit of controversy at the time, because people were like, well, they're trivializing, they're using split personality disorder for like, and it's not really realistic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're sort of taking it and they're doing it wrong, and they're like not respecting it, which I didn't. I mean, it's not something that personally affects me, so I wasn't offended by it or anything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a good film, in all honesty. But yeah, this looked really interesting. Like, you have Mr. Glass teaming up with James McAvoy's character to fight Bruce Willis. It looks like a genuine superhero film to me. I think it looks cool. I'm really looking forward to it, actually, more so than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think because obviously with M. Night Shyamalan, he had a bit of a spell, didn't he? And he obviously come back with Split.
Well, he came back with... What do you mean he came back as in he made a good film? Or
Split was a film that brought attention back to him. Because, that's what I mean.
Well, he had a film before that called The Visit, which I never watched, but it's like a found footage type style film about these kids who go and visit their grandparents, and their grandparents are like fucking weirdos or something. Something happens, like a horror film. Yeah. But I never watched it. I heard
it's supposed to be quite good.
Well, some people said it was good. Some people said it was alright. Like, do you know what I mean?
Split was the film that obviously got him back into the public.
Yeah. Split. Everybody said that it was a good film. Everyone
people started not to forgive him for the
Woods.
No,
was it called that?
The Avatar film he made.
I forgot he even made that.
Yeah. But people got pissed off about that, didn't they?
People hated that film. I'd never watched it. I'd never been a massive Shyamalan fan, in all honesty. I watched Sixth Sense, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was good. Like, I liked it. I do think though, like once you know the twist, it's kind of hard to just. I think you can watch it once more after you know the twist, so you can see all the little like. Right.
Even if you hadn't watched it now, it's quite hard to go into it watching it without knowing the twist.
Apparently, the twist was like not even in the original script.
Oh, is it not?
He was not going to do that twist. He was just going to have Bruce Willis as a normal character, like a therapist or something. And I think they were like halfway through writing the script or something, and he'd written the first draft or whatever, and he started writing again, and then he decided, why don't I just make this? Why don't I have this really big twist at the end? And then after that, he had to have a twist in every single film he did.
Yeah. Which
was a bit. That's what I think ultimately kind of destroyed him a little bit because he felt the pressure because people were calling him like the new Spielberg when he first came out. After like Sixth Sense, and I can't think of anything else he did. I know he did big films, but I can't really remember. I think Unbreakable was well received.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are big, massive other ones that I'm forgetting. But yeah, people were calling him like the next Spielberg and stuff, and I think that went to his head a bit. And also he had the pressure of like, oh, we've got to have like a really jaw-dropping twist in every film, and it just ended up being shit. And he kept trying to shoehorn himself into his films. Yeah. Until at one point he was literally the main character of the film. I think it was called Lady in the Water or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that was.
You don't need to be in your own films as a director. I see. Like,
no, it's good to have little cameos. Yeah, like, that's cool, but you don't need to be the main. Because I think it's hard to. I mean, I don't know because I'm not a director, but I would find it hard to direct myself.
Some people do it, don't they?
Yeah, it's like obviously I know what I want from a scene, but like I. Then again, I think I'd be more critical of my own performance
as well.
Yeah.
Because like say it comes to mind Josh Radnor. He hasn't done many films, he's done one or two, but in both of the films that I know he's done, he's starred and directed it.
Yeah.
And have you watched Liberal Arts?
What's that?
Liberal Arts. That's Josh Radnor film. That's
is that the dude from
How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
And he's got Elizabeth Olsen in it. That's quite.
Was that good? Was it?
Yeah, I quite liked it, and he's quite good in it. Obviously, he starred and directed it. You got Zac Efron. Efron. Yeah. He's quite good in it. He's not in it much.
Yeah, he's underrated. Like he was the kid. I know he's the kid from High School Musical, but like he's a decent actor. I think he's right.
People when they do things like that, it stays with them, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like
it does.
Robert Pattinson with Twilight.
He's only just starting to shake that off now, like that sort of image, because he's actually a really good actor.
Yeah, because Robert Pattinson with Twilight was one, wasn't it? That was like that stuck with him for a while. I think now people are starting to see it. He's doing a lot more indie films, isn't he? But I think people are starting to see he's actually.
Yeah, I watched a really good film with him in it the other day, called Good Time.
Yeah.
Or A Good Time, I think it was called. I'm not sure, but that was a really good film. It was a small film. I cannot remember who directed now, but I know they're brothers, and one of them was in the film.
I think Natalie Portman's a bit like that, isn't she? When she does a big film, she's never really that good in them. I don't feel like she always comes across well in a big film, but when she does like smaller films, she stands like she's quite.
No one could have saved the Star Wars prequels.
No,
not with that script.
No, but I think like even like other bigger films she's been in, she's not really been well received.
She was good in Garden State, Zach Braff's film.
Yeah, but that's not a big film. That's an indie
film.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. Like, I think apart from I didn't know if she'd class Jackie as a big film. I suppose it probably was in America.
I think it was like a big budget, but like not to the extent of like
Iron Man. And she was good in that, but you know what I mean. It's not a film where like you think of as a massive film, is it?
Yeah. I don't know if that made that much money. I'm not sure.
I don't know. She was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah,
wasn't she?
I heard she was really good in it, but the film itself was a bit meh. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I would like to see. I forgot what we were talking about. I'm not gonna lie. What was our original point?
We were talking about Glass.
Oh yeah, Glass. Well, Glass looks good. Basically, that's what we're trying to say.
The other trailer we're on about is another film by A24.
Yeah.
Which is 8th Grade.
Yeah, by Bo Burnham. And he wrote and directed this.
Obviously, I don't think it's out over here yet, is it?
No, I'm hoping. It's
obviously out in the America.
I think it'll get released over here because Lady Bird did, and that didn't do as well as this is doing in America at the moment. So this is getting really good reviews, and it's getting quite a wide release now. I think because of word of mouth of how good it is.
This box office at the minute, according to this, is 1.6 million.
Yeah.
I take it probably didn't cost much more than that, if that to make.
I don't know how much it cost.
It doesn't say here.
But like it'll make that money back, I think, if it gets a wide release.
Obviously, I know you shouldn't always go by Rotten Tomatoes, but 98%. So it's like that shows that critically is getting good scores.
All the critics that I generally listen to have all liked it. So
it says got an average rating of 8.7 out of 10. So that's
I think it'll be exactly the kind of film that I like because I like those small, relatable films. The girl in it as well. Again, like a child. I don't know how old she is. I suppose she's probably as old as 15. She's supposed to be. She's 15, is she? Yeah, I don't know when 8th grade is over there. I don't know like what age they are in 8th grade generally, but she looks like she would be the age that they're implying she is, I think. But she looks like she's going to be good in it as well. No, I think she's like relatively new. I don't think she's been in
the first two Despicable Me films. There's a voice for all. I don't know. She's very big in it. That's about it.
Is that it, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she looks good in it. Apparently, I heard as well though, like the script, all the like stuttering and the all the pauses and stuff are all written in the dialogue. They're all written in the script, and she pulls it off. Apparently, I haven't seen the film obviously, but apparently she pulls that off, like, and it actually makes it sound natural. That's one of the hardest things to do as an actor, I'd imagine, is to make a script like that has all these little pauses that are scripted in there, and all ums and ahs, and make that sound like you're actually talking off the top of your head. That must be hard. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it's getting, like I said, like great reviews.
Yeah, and I mean, not like obviously you're not going to like every film that's critically well received, but
No.
I mean, it looks like a film that I would watch, and I would like.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of film that I like.
So
Was that all the trailers?
that was all the trailers. I mean,
I know there's loads of Comic-Con trailers that we've missed, but we can do that later this week or something.
Yeah, we can do that in a week.
Because I forgot about Comic-Con, I'm not going to lie. Because I haven't really been paying attention to anything lately, and I've been more drawn
We did
towards...
a Comic-Con video last year.
Yeah, that was our best viewed with 100 and something views.
We'll just write Comic-Con in the title because you mentioned it.
Yeah. Mentions Comic-Con briefly in like the... But yeah.
One thing before we go on to the next thing we've got topic like put down.
Yeah.
I just wanted to briefly just go into the Uncharted fan film.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought it might be a good time to mention it. I think it looked quite good.
It was good. It was a fun film.
Yeah, I mean, it
was well
one
made.
thing I hear people picking up, and I thought it worked well because it's only a short film.
Yeah.
Is when he jumps out the window and it goes into like the game style shooting.
Yeah.
I thought that was fine because it's in like a short film. If it was in a full film,
I wouldn't like that.
It wouldn't
of
work.
course
But
not.
because of what it was, it worked fine.
Yeah, this was literally like they made this because they wanted to make it. They didn't make it because they wanted to make an actual film.
Yeah, exactly.
They made it just for fun.
And it was I can't think of the guy's name that directed it now.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know Nathan Fillion.
No.
Before that, because I read a interview with him, and he sat down with Nathan Fillion and said, "If you're not doing this, then I'm not moving forward with it."
Yeah, I get what they mean though, because everybody's been saying for years like Nathan Fillion should play Nathan Drake.
He's like, he said it's fine if you don't want to do it, but if you're not on board, then I'm not moving on with the project. That's it.
He is a good Nathan Drake though.
Yeah, I felt like he was Nathan Drake.
He even sounds like
he looks like
it's
him,
weird, yeah.
And I felt when he's speaking and stuff, it just felt like it was Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to really criticize it a little bit, I don't think the jokes were quite, well, they weren't really very funny. These little quips and stuff that he usually has weren't very clever. I think they were Naughty Dog made cleverer jokes in the games than they did, but that's like a minor gripe.
I mean, for like the length it was and that. Because
I didn't like Sully though.
He was alright, I thought.
He didn't feel like Sully to me.
I don't know, when he was speaking, sometimes he did, sometimes he didn't. I didn't mind it though. One thing I would say is that I know people were like saying, I read someone was like, if we voice our opinions, Sony will change what they're doing. I don't think Sony should change what they're doing.
No. What are they doing?
They've got a Tom Holland film in the world. Well, maybe they could change that.
For Uncharted?
Yeah, they got a young Nathan Drake, and they were going to try and make a franchise of it, which makes sense
not
in the
fan
long
of that.
term.
I didn't know
but
that.
What I mean is, if you think about it, Nathan Fillion's probably not the right age now to bring in and start a franchise.
He's too old.
What I would prefer they did, which I think is a good idea, is if they made like a mini web series. We could only have one season, maybe they could carry it on, and it doesn't have to be like a weekly thing, it could be monthly, it could be whatever, but we get like an overriding like series, just maybe like what if we did one a month, that's just 12 episodes, and then that's one season, we can end that then.
But the problem with that,
and that doesn't take up a lot of anyone's time. You could probably do what they did in that like 14-15 minutes. They could be that long, they don't have to be any longer than that, they could all be like that. They could be a little bit longer, but you get one of those a month, and then we get a season.
They have to make their money back though, like people.
But it doesn't have to be a website. It could be on Netflix.
What the problem with this is that they'd have to for an Uncharted TV series. Like I would assume they'd be like an hour-long episode, right? You have like 6 episodes a season or something like that, 8 maybe at the most. That that budget is required to be huge. Like you need a huge budget.
They can I suppose.
Because for if you want to be
going to locations and stuff.
Yeah, and not even that. It's just the effects, the amount of effects you have to put in, and to make it not look shitty. Because one of my biggest problems with TV is shitty CGI. I don't like. I mean, it puts me off of a show if the explosion looks fake. So if you're really gonna do the games justice and make a film of the games, those set pieces, you need a film. It needs to be a film.
Yeah, I think with the way that was shot and with I don't know, with Nathan Fillion.
I know
and
what
stuff,
you're saying.
I don't think. I mean, they could do an Uncharted film. They could do one Uncharted film with Nathan Fillion in and make a really good one. But Sony don't want to make it a franchise. The only thing you could think of, I would say just before the fourth game. I would say.
Well, he looks about that old.
Yeah, but you could do it just not long after. I don't know. You can do it just before he stopped doing what he was. I suppose. It doesn't necessarily have to work with the games. It could just be his own thing.
Oh yeah, of course.
It doesn't have to.
It wouldn't. If I made it, it wouldn't be. It would pay tribute to the games, but it wouldn't be strictly the
One
games.
thing they could do, and I don't know if I'm a big fan of this, but I mean, with this reaction that people were having over it, they could do is maybe introduce Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, and then kind of do like maybe in flashbacks of young Nathan Drake, and then go.
I think you run the risk of getting it.
Yeah, no, I know, but that's the only other way I feel like they could fit it in without.
It's a shame that Nathan Fillion isn't younger still, because they could have panked on this 10 years ago, when Uncharted came out. Probably more than that now, 10 years, but they could have done that then.
I think it was also to do with Naughty
anyway.
Dog as well. I don't think Naughty Dog were ready to just give it to anyone.
No, they couldn't agree on a script either. They kept writing a script, and the studio wouldn't agree with it, and then they'd send the script back, and they wouldn't agree with it. So I don't want to see. I didn't really want an Uncharted film. I didn't want to.
After saying that though, I was kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
I know we don't need one.
At one point, I heard that Seth Rogen was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? But they didn't want to. They said they was trying to find a way to do it without making it Indiana Jones.
Yeah, which you can't because it is Indiana Jones.
Which one thing they could do, which the games are they've only done it once, I suppose. But they could do an Uncharted film, do the first one with, say, Nathan Fillion and do a Nathan Drake one. Yeah. But all it needs to do is be an Uncharted series. You got Uncharted, the Nathan Drake one. You do Uncharted with somebody else, and you could just do that if you really wanted to.
When the first game came out, I remember thinking that was what they were going to do, because it was called Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Yeah.
And I thought the next one would be like Uncharted so-and-so something else.
But they could do that with films, and that's that would be cool. Take of
I think some people would kick off, but I think eventually if you made good films...
Yeah, as long as they were good, that's all that matters, isn't it? Like as long as you did good films, and they were just Uncharted series.
What would happen with that though is that they do an Uncharted film, everyone would love it. Everyone would like if it made loads of money and everybody loved this character. They'd be like, yeah, don't worry about changing the actor this time. We'll just
but maybe
the only thing that seems to work with is James Bond.
Maybe they let it out as an insane because they could just do it like you have like Nathan Drake, then you could have a female, you could have a different guy. It doesn't really matter. It's just you can have the same kind of tone as the last film, just make it different. Like
I mean, I put it this way, I wouldn't complain if they wanted to make a series or whatever.
But that's how I would do it. Is if I was going to make films of it, I would just do different people each time.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
And then that's the way you move forward. Then, because then it's not exactly like the game. I know the game's just done it. Well, it's supposed to be DLC, but it was released as a full game, wasn't it?
Or Lost Legacy. Yeah. I think that's the way they might go with the games now as well.
Yeah.
They even said that themselves, I think.
If they made another game with somebody else.
No. I'd like that with the games. Because I think Nathan Drake's story is wrapped up at the end of 4. But yeah. So should we move on to the last segment? Well, pretty much the last bit. We had a little thing at the end. But what have you watched recently? Or have you watched the same thing as me?
I watched it last night. But the Stanford Prison Experiment.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't really know where it was going all the way through.
Were you super into it? Did you know anything about it before you went into it?
I only know bits, because obviously we were at the pub, weren't we, and you told me, but literally that's all I had to go on.
Yeah.
I seen the trailer as well, so I knew roughly.
All I did, I read the synopsis of it, like, that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
I went and watched the trailer quickly, because they didn't have the trailer for it on there.
Yeah.
And then, that was all I knew going in. So I knew, like, the basic outline of what it was. And it's immediately something that interests me. For people who don't know, Stanford's Prison Experiment, we won't go into too much spoilers, but, like, basically, if you want to read into it, is a real thing that actually happened in like 1971, I want to say.
1971.
And it was by this man called Dr. Zimbardo or something, or Zimbardo, I don't know. But
like that,
he was a professor at this like college, university or whatever, and he conducted an experiment where he got some students from this school to basically, half of them were like prisoners and half of them were prison guards, and they put them in the basement. They turned the basement of the like one corridor of the basement of the school into a prison, basically like a mock prison, and they put them in there. And basically everyone before they went in, because they get paid to do the experiment. This is why these kids want to do it. 'Cause it's like college, they ain't got a lot of money, and before they actually go in, they ask them, "Do you want to be a prisoner or a guard?" And everybody said prisoner because nobody wanted to be a guard. They couldn't be bothered. And the interesting thing was they then had to flip a coin to split the people up and put them in their groups, prisoners and guards. And the most intriguing thing about it is the guards started to be sort of like, they let the power get to them. They actually started sort of humiliating the prisoners and just being corrupt, basically. And it was interesting to see.
One thing I've wondered, because I watched it, and then at the end they got interviews with the people, but not actually interviews with the people. They got the actors, and they doing the interviews.
Yeah, but those are real interviews.
Yeah, there is a real interview. So I don't know why they didn't just put those interviews up, because I think that would have been more interesting once it ended.
They could
have that up, because I've watched them all. Because
you've got the names of the people as well, so you know who they played and stuff.
Yeah. So I watched those interviews after, and they're pretty much word for word.
Yeah.
If maybe a tad.
Yeah, they even acted them the same a lot of them
exactly.
as well.
Yeah. And I don't know why they didn't just put those at the end, because I think that would have been more interesting to people after the film had ended.
I probably would have done that personally. But
I just wonder how much of it is exaggerated in the film compared to how it actually went down.
From what I've read, it seems to be that everything was pretty much accurate. What were you going to say?
Because they were, like, every interview I've read, he said, obviously, after, like, people would come up, and he's, like, the first guy come up and said that he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And they said, apparently, because in the film it doesn't feel like they kind of just say to him, you have to go back in.
They left some stuff out.
Yeah, and apparently they were like, look, you can go if you want to go.
Yeah.
But why didn't you go back in and just be an informant for us?
Yeah. They didn't do that in the film, did they?
Tell us about what guards they are, and then you can come back and... Yeah. And he went in and then said that they're not going to let anyone go. So I don't know, but then again, because the way this has been received, not just the film, like it came out and people obviously are quite vocal about how wrong it kind of was. Maybe he's just saying that stuff now to make it not seem as bad as it was. Maybe. I don't know. You're not going to really know unless you were in the room.
Maybe we just go into too much detail anyway, because it's kind of hard for people who haven't seen it to keep track. But I highly recommend the film because
it was really good film, and it's interesting.
Yeah, that more than anything, it just it intrigues me, that sort of stuff, the sort of human psychology of it all.
And like you say, the guards go a bit over the top.
Yeah.
I wonder.
They were encouraged though. Like
that's what I was going to say. I wonder if the one guy that starts off being over the top doesn't go in like that, then how different it would have been. Yeah. I think they still would have been a bit of it, but I don't think it would have been as bad. Yeah. But once they knew that one guy was doing it and they were listening, then the rest.
I have read some stuff online about the Roe experiment, and some people, even the prisoners themselves, have come out and said, "Oh yeah, no, I was just like sort of putting it on for the camera or something." But one, they could just be saying that because they're a little bit embarrassed of doing the things that the guards told them to do.
The prisoners, I could, because I would think because you would say that
everything that they made the prisoners do, as far as I'm aware, did happen. Yeah, like there's footage of it.
I don't think I think if the prison, because I don't think it's fake. I think maybe at first they go.
I do think there's an element. There's definitely going to be an element of we're on camera, but at the same time,
at first I think there was. With the prisoners,
definitely. Yeah,
but then I think after a couple of days, you kind of, because they don't know the time and stuff. I think
you would lose track of time because there's no daylight.
And I think they did end up. Because I think they did end up believing they were prisoners to an extent.
Yeah, they got into the mindset of a prisoner, even though it was, and the fact that some people couldn't get out. Like,
I mean, at first, I think the guards were playing out for the cameras.
Definitely.
But then I think near the end they probably still were a little bit.
Yeah, because they got to go home. That was the difference with them. But the fact that in that environment, when they
entered it,
the fact that they could even do these things, because this is like post Vietnam.
Because what they were also
where
saying,
everybody was like, sort of wanted peace, or especially young people. They were like the hippies and stuff like that.
Because the guy was saying that like they obviously on the night times when they thought that they weren't watching, the guards were worse.
Yeah. I didn't know much about that. I didn't see that.
No. The one thing I think, like, from the film, it looks like the people that run it got a bit too involved in it and should have probably ended it.
Yeah, from the documentary and stuff that I watched about it as well.
I haven't watched the documentary. I'm going to watch the documentary. I've just been reading stuff up
there's
like
not,
I said, I only watched the film
there's
last
not like
night.
a new documentary about it or anything, but there's an old one that I watched.
On YouTube, I seen it on there.
Yeah.
But I've not watched it yet, because like I said, I only watched the film last night.
Yeah, it's well worth watching. There's some stuff that they definitely left out, like, or changed for the film, but I think that wasn't because they were trying to change the story. That was just because it fit in easier in a film to do, because it was a bit much. Because there's one part where basically this guy gets out of the prison, they let him go or whatever, and then there's a rumor that he's going to come back and free him. That is in the film.
But they were going to try and move him to an actual prison, weren't they?
Yeah, they actually did move everything.
They moved everything, but they wanted to move them to an actual prison, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I know that they wanted to move. So they made the guards.
That he wanted to move them to an actual prison,
right?
But was unsuccessful. So they just ended up moving everyone to another room and moving everything.
Yeah, and then the guy didn't even come back either. Yeah. So then they were really pissed off about that. And then the guards were pissed off because they had to set everything back up again in the prison because they had to do it themselves. And then they took out on the prisoners after that, and they were even worse to them. So yeah, it's just a really interesting film, and it's really well made as well. Like the actual film itself is it's well acted, it's well written.
Yeah, I think
it's intense. It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Ezra Miller, I can't remember his name's in it as well. He's quite good.
He annoys me a little bit.
I don't know. I thought he was good in the film.
I find he overacts a little bit sometimes.
But I think everybody was good in that film, really. And I got quite into it.
My only gripe with it is that because it was the 70s, everybody had long hair and moustaches, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So sometimes with certain characters, not Ezra Miller obviously, because he's very like you can tell it's him when it's him. But there were some people like where I was like, was that the guy from earlier?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a different person because he's got blonde hair and he's got brown hair.
Yeah.
But other than that, they don't look the same. They look exactly the same. But yeah, no, that was my only gripe really. The film I thought was really good. I was really into it, especially like the final scene when he finally stops it.
Yeah.
That was just like disturbing to an extent. What they were, I don't want to say, but what they were making the prisoners do.
Yeah.
I was like just fucked up. It was fucked up. It was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything that I was going to ask you? Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing other than like the trailers that we talked about? Like, is there anything that you want to watch? Like, even if it's just on Netflix or anything.
One thing I was interested in that I read, like, this is because it's the freshest thing in my mind. I only read it a couple of days ago. Is that Mowgli is moved to Netflix?
Alright.
Have you seen that?
No.
Do you know the Andy Serkis Jungle Book?
Oh, that's going to be a Netflix film.
That's a Netflix film now. I don't know what, because the only problem I have like reading that, because I believe it's probably good. The trailer looked alright. I mean, Netflix does end up being a place where studios drop things. It goes to Netflix as a Netflix original and then isn't very good.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still interested in that. I mean, there's obviously Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out. I mean,
yeah, we'll see those. We'll review those as well. Finally, we'll start reviewing again. But yeah, I just noticed the time, and we have to wrap this up in a minute.
Yeah.
So
there was just.
I just wanted to mention briefly.
Yeah.
Because obviously we didn't know the guy anyway, but if someone we watched a lot on Collider Movie Talk, we were big fans of him, and he made some like great actual like work as well. Like he was a good director. John Schnepp passed away, unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, it was a stroke.
Seemed quite sudden.
Yeah.
By the signs of it, it wasn't as sudden as we are led on to believe, because obviously.
It was sudden, but then like he didnidn't like.
It was
just die.
Yeah. To us as like public, it seemed more sudden than it was.
Yeah.
Because
but
yeah.
I think he was like sick before that as well. Like he wasn't well.
Yeah.
But
because he was ill, wasn't he? And he did do a Heroes, didn't he? When he was sick, he said he's not well, but he felt well enough to do it.
Yeah.
Then he checked himself into hospital after.
But yeah, I just wanted to say we're really sad to hear about that, because he was like I was a big fan of him.
Yeah. He was definitely my favourite.
And if anybody wants to,
movie talk.
If anybody wants to help his girlfriend Holly Payne out with like
the GoFund,
the bills and stuff, the medical bills.
I'll post it when we post a video. I'll put the link in there, it is there for you to click on.
Yeah.
Because over here we're quite lucky in terms of if we have
If
an
we're
illness,
ill, we got it paid for.
Yeah, we got it paid for.
Yeah.
Over there, it sounds like it can cripple you if you
Yeah,
don't
it will.
have the money
It is bad.
So
Yeah, if you've got money, then
yeah,
and you care about.
yeah.
Obviously, if you didn't know him, whatever, then that's
yeah,
fine,
I mean, it's not nice for anybody.
No, I can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'll put the link in there for.
Just put a link in the description.
People and then if you want to donate money, feel free to, because obviously it will help Holly out a lot.
And with that, I suppose we should just end it. Sorry if the quality of this video wasn't very good because it was really windy. We've had the best weather.
We've become a hot country in the UK.
Yeah, we became
we
like
become a holiday
Barbados for like a 3 months or something, and then the day that we actually finally can record it, there was a fucking monsoon. So, but yeah,
because we tried to return and the weather didn't agree with us.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get a podcast out at least once a month if we can. So if anybody's listening to this and they're thinking, well, they don't upload very often, I'm not going to subscribe. We will be uploading often.
I mean, maybe more than once a month sometimes, maybe just once a month. We're not going to have a set date on when we release things.
I want to move on I want to do some gaming stuff as well at some point. We're going to expand the channel a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it won't just be podcasts, it'll be other stuff.
Hopefully stuff will maybe be more organised if we can get more people involved. We'd have certain
and we're hoping to get more people.
At some point,
So for the 8 fans that might even, I don't even call them fans. I think we've got 8 subscribers, haven't we? And like, I don't think any of them watch any of the videos.
I don't know. I think we've got more than 8 subscribers. I think we're
gone up.
I think we're quite a big channel now. 1 second.
Are you searching up?
Just get up on my laptop.
You have
13 subscribers.
Still not enough. So quit your job yet. So we're gonna have to take. I've got to give him a lift to work now. You got to be there in like 30 minutes.
But some more subscribers than videos we have, so that's somehow, isn't it?
All right. So with that, we're gonna have to end this very windy podcast. We never introduced ourselves. By the way, I'm Josh, and I'm sat across from
Billy.
Yeah, and that's our names, and we'll start putting them in like the videos more often because. It doesn't really matter to be honest, but still. Alright.
No, but eventually you'll be able to buy posters of us, so it'll be fine.
Do you want to sign us off with one of your famous sign-offs?
I feel like, in honour of John Snap, we'll see you later, sweaties.